Impact segment tonight. The editor of New England's largest gay newspaper, Fred Kuhr, has written an editorial calling on San Francisco Mayor Newsom to stop issuing gay marriage licenses. Mr. Kuhr joins us now from Boston. So why do you want him to stop, Mr. Kuhr?
The basic reason is, regardless of how good his intentions are, and I do believe his intentions are good, this is the wrong way to go about it. As wrong-headed as I would argue that California law is that says marriage is only between a man and a woman, it is the law. And the mayor is clearly circumventing the law. Now, people in Massachusetts are angry with people like Governor Mitt Romney, who is working on a way to circumvent the law here in Massachusetts, trying to find a way to get around the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court decision, which will go into effect in mid-May.
There's a bit of a difference there, and I want to get into it with you, because the law here in California was a direct vote of the people, Prop 22, two-thirds finished, whereas the law in Massachusetts was made by 4 justices and 3 dissented. So I'd like to see in Massachusetts a vote of the people the same way they voted in California.
Well, that's actually a separate issue, but look at what happened here in Massachusetts. It all happened the way it's supposed to in a democracy. These couples went to their town clerks. They were rejected for marriage licenses. They filed a lawsuit. It went through the court system. And the Supreme Judicial Court here in Massachusetts did exactly what it is mandated to do. It ruled on the constitutionality of law.
They found a loophole that will stand up because the legislature couldn't define the issue of the Commonwealth. Well, let me ask you one thing, Mr. Kuhr. I'm very curious about that, because I think you're an honest guy. You know, I do. I think you're, am I wrong?
You're an honest guy, too.
All right. No, but I think you're an honest guy. Am I wrong? You're an honest guy, correct?
Thank you.
Well, you still haven't told me whether you are or not. Are you?
Oh, yes, I'm very honest.
All right, good, fine. If I'm a bisexual, and believe me, I would not have the energy, all right? I want to go in and I want to marry a guy and a babe, okay? After the gay marriage thing here, why can't I do that? Can you just clear that up for me?
Well, that's a totally separate issue.
Maybe frankly, it's a separate issue, but it comes under the same heading of equal protection.
No, if you want to file a lawsuit, go ahead.
Okay. Now, would you, though, as the editor of the largest gay newspaper in New England, would you say that O'Reilly, as a bisexual, all right, again, hypothetical, please, has the right to do that?
Well, if you talk to a bisexual
Mr. Kuhr, I'm asking you, sir, the honest Mr. Kuhr, do I have a right to do that?
Okay. No, because that is not the issue at hand.
It's not the issue at hand, or it's, why don't I have the right? See, if an alternative group, the gays, are allowed, why can't the bis be allowed too?
Well, bisexuals, I mean, now we're getting into the issue of bisexuality, but bisexuals to have threesome relationships.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm quite happy with that arrangement. You see, look, Mr. Kuhr, I put you on a spot for one reason and one reason only. That you are an honest man and you cannot answer this question, and it's a fundamental question. The reason that we have laws against gay marriage is stability. That if you open the door for one alternative group, and believe me, I don't care, okay? You have to open the door for every alternative group. And that's why it all crashes down.
I would disagree with that point, because the line has always been drawn somewhere. Before the 1960s, the line was drawn when it dealt with interracial couples.
But it's clearly been drawn by the American people to a man and a woman. That is every poll, every proposition that's clearly been drawn there.
Not here in Massachusetts.
No, because 4 judges found the loophole.
Polls show that
one more question. All right. Let them vote on it. One more question. Okay. Do you believe there's going to be a backlash against homosexuals in this country because of what Newsom and others are going to do?
Yes, and that's why what's happening in San Francisco, no matter how good the intentions, needs to stop. What's happening in San Francisco is symbolic at best. Here in Massachusetts, mid-May, real couples are going to get real marriage licenses with real rights, real responsibilities, real obligations. That's what this is about, a symbolic piece of paper that Newsom even admits may not be valid outside of the city of San Francisco. What does that get us? It gets us a lot of negative backlash, and George W. Bush now even closer to supporting the federal marriage amendment than he was before.
That's what I think is going to happen. I think you're going to have that marriage amendment in the Constitution. Mr. Kuhr? We got to let you go, and we appreciate you taking the time, and you wrote a very gutsy editorial, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.